history teaches us that real progress, whether it's economic or social or political, doesn't come from the top down. It typically comes from the bottom up. It comes from people. It comes from the grassroots. It comes from you. The best ideas and solutions come from ordinary citizens who become involved in their communities and in their countries, and by mobilizing and organizing and changing people's hearts and minds, you then change the political landscape.
Eurasia Foundation strengthens philanthropy, encourages activism, and partners governments with nonprofit organizations and businesses. We promote independent journalism and help media outlets become financially sustainable. We engage public leaders to respond to the needs of citizens and communities. And we teach migrant workers about their rights and employers about their responsibilities.
The citizens of Eurasia want very much the same things our own citizens want: a voice in their government and an economic stake in the society in which they live. In 1992, no one was sure that such an institution could root itself in soil so carefully prepared for different traditions. It is therefore a source of real pride for me to confirm that the Eurasia Foundation has proven to be an overwhelming success.
ძალიან დიდი ხნის განმავლობაში ეს რამოდენიმე თვე იყო, რომ ურთიერთობაც არ მინდოდა, არც ახალგაზრდად გამოსვლაც არ მინდოდა. სურვილიც არ მქონია იმის, რომ ხალხში გამოსულიყავი, რაღაც დისკომფორტს ვგრძნობდი ჩემი თავისაზე.
Zviad lost his leg after a gas station tank exploded while he was filling up his car. Zviad struggled to adapt in a society that often overlooks the disabled. On the internet one day, he heard of a way to break that isolation. He joined Youth Bank, a group of young people engaged in resolving their society's problems. Zviad applied for a grant so disabled youngsters could play sports. The soccer team he helped create asked him to play in a match that changed his life. Eurasia Foundation supports good ideas and builds local institutions of lasting value. Eurasia Foundation, at the head of a consortium with many donors, founded a modern economics education and research program in Ukraine in 1995. Forever changing the practice of economics and its application to policy in that country. The program, now the Kiev School of Economics, employs professors from the world's top schools and attracts Ukrainians with international degrees. Today, the majority of professors at the school are native Ukrainians. KSE offers an international caliber master's degree. A joint program with Houston University awards students a U.S. accredited degree. KSE is producing world-class economists who can now pursue viable careers in Ukraine and improve the region's economies, public policy, and business climate.
One is never too young to begin. I know often young people come to me and say, how can I become a good global citizen? It begins in your own community. It begins in your schools. If you see something going on that is not correct, which is wrong, do something about it. Team up with friends and try and see what can be done.
As it helps to spread prosperity and stability, Eurasia Foundation creates open, pluralistic, and entrepreneurial societies.
Of course, the money was desperately needed at the time. It was 1993. What made even more of an impact on me was both the moral support and the informational support that they gave me after they gave me the money. So here's what happened because of that.
With my Eurasia grant, my small organization was on its way to accomplishing many firsts for Siberia. We opened the first public access internet point and funded people who were responsible for opening the first independent living center for the disabled in Irkutsk, and people who created the first national park in the Republic of Altai. In a territory larger than the United States, we created a support center and the Siberian Network for Civic initiatives, which was the first of its kind in the former Soviet Union. Introducing local government in Russia to grant making is one of our major accomplishments. We started by offering $500 grants and asked government to match us. Today, Novosibirsk Oblast has $1 million grant competition every year. With another group of activists, Russian and American, we created the Russian model for community schools that makes them the center of a town's revitalization by doing such things as erecting street lamps to fight crime, or founding volunteer fire departments, or building playgrounds. Community schools are now thriving throughout the country. One of Akademgaradok's elementary schools was considered one of the worst in the region. Today, as a community school, it ranks in the top 30 of schools in Russia, and I'm proud to send my daughter there. With $18,000, we were able to attract a lot more funding, and even more importantly, we were able to help a lot of people become active.
Carla, what do you want to say?
Thank you, Eurasia.